The first thing Ava Thompson noticed that morning wasn't the cold November air. It was the empty chair at the dinner table, the same chair her brother used to sit in every Thanksgiving. But this year, it sat there like a silent accusation, untouched, unclaimed, waiting for someone who would never return. She stood there staring, her breath held as though even air might disturb the ghost of a memory. Outside, the world was waking up to Thanksgiving. Families cooking, kids laughing. But inside Ava's home, everything felt suspended, quiet, heavy, and strangely wrong, because this Thanksgiving was different. This was the first Thanksgiving since the night her brother, Liam, disappeared. No body found, no explanations, no clues. Just a single, chilling message left on her phone at 2:17 a.m. Ava, don't look for me. Those 5 words had destroyed her world. Today, as she stood in that kitchen, the memory returned with sharp edges. She could still hear the tremble in his voice, see the streetlights flashing through his car windows as he recorded the message. Everyone told her to let go. Police said he probably ran away. Her mother shut down, refusing to talk about it. But Ava knew something was off, deeply, painfully off. She felt it in her gut. Liam didn't leave. Something took him, and for 11 months, she blamed herself. She believed she missed the signs, ignored the shadows, failed him. But this Thanksgiving morning, something strange happened. A soft knock echoed through the house. 3 knocks. Slow, steady, almost familiar. Ava froze. No one ever knocked that early. Her parents were still asleep. The neighbors were out of town. She walked toward the door, each step heavy with a mixture of fear and hope. When she opened it, no one was there. But on the doorstep sat a small package wrapped in brown paper. Her heart hammered. Her hands shook as she picked it up. Across the top, in messy handwriting she knew all too well, were 3 letters. A-V-A. Her breath caught. It was Liam's handwriting. She stumbled inside, locked the door behind her, and placed the package on the table, next to the empty chair. With trembling fingers, she unwrapped it. Inside was a simple notebook, battered, weather-stained, and torn at the edges. It was Liam's journal. Ava's pulse raced. She flipped it open. On the first page, written in rushed, uneven ink, were the words, "If you're reading this, it means I couldn't come home. But I need you to know what I learned, and why I left." Her heart pounded so hard it hurt. She turned the page. The next entry read, "I was drowning in my own darkness. Not because of what I lost, but because I forgot what I had. Pain blinded me. Gratitude saved me. Ava, the world is darker than you think, but there is light where you least expect it." A chill ran down her spine. The next pages were filled with drawings, maps, cliffs, forests, places he'd visited, notes about strangers who helped him, moments where he almost gave up, moments where something pushed him forward again. But one line struck Ava differently. It was written in bold, angry strokes. "Someone was watching me. Someone still is." Her blood went cold. She turned to the final page. It was dated 3 days ago. "Ava, if this reaches you, don't be afraid of the darkness. It taught me how to see the light. Follow the gratitude, not the fear. And please, forgive me." A tear rolled down her cheek. Suddenly, there was a sound behind her, a floorboard creaking. She spun around. Nothing. But the air felt different, charged, almost electric. For the first time in months, Ava wasn't just grieving. She was awake, alert, and filled with a strange, unsettling determination. She didn't know what happened to Liam, but she knew one thing now. This Thanksgiving wasn't the end of her story. It was the beginning. Ava spent the next 2 hours reading every page of Liam's journal. It wasn't just a story of a broken man running from his demons. It was a story of a boy who had lost everything and found strength in the unlikeliest places. He wrote about nights sleeping under the open sky, about strangers who offered him food, about moments where he wanted to disappear forever. and moments where a simple act of kindness pulled him back. Each page felt like a breadcrumb trail, guiding her somewhere she didn't yet understand. But the last entry held a clue, a sketch of a place she recognized, a cliff overlooking the ocean 2 hours from their hometown. He'd drawn an arrow pointing toward a small marking near the rocks. Under it he wrote, "I left something here. If you find it, you'll understand everything." Ava grabbed her keys. This was no longer about fear. It was about truth. About finding gratitude the way Liam had found it, through darkness, not despite it. The sky was heavy with gray clouds as she drove. Wind howled across the empty roads. The radio flickered with static. When she reached the cliff, her breath caught. The place was exactly as in Liam's drawing. Jagged rocks, crashing waves, and the smell of salt filling the air. But something else was there too. Footprints, fresh ones, leading toward the rocks. Her chest tightened. She followed them. At the edge of the cliff, she noticed a small wooden box half buried in the sand. She knelt and pulled it free. Inside was a folded letter. Her hands trembled as she opened it. "Ava, if you're reading this, it means you found my path. I couldn't come home because I wasn't the same person anymore. I had to learn who I was without the world telling me. Pain took me apart. Gratitude put me back together." A gust of wind swept her hair across her face. She continued reading. "I want you to know the truth. I wasn't running from the world. I was running from myself. But Thanksgiving taught me something, that gratitude is what anchors us when everything else is gone." A tear slipped down her cheek. Then the final line shattered her. "I'm alive, Ava, and when I'm strong enough, I'll find my way back to you." A sob escaped her. Not of grief, but of relief, of hope. For the first time, she felt warmth spread through her chest. But then, a sound echoed behind her. Footsteps, slow, deliberate, coming closer. She turned quickly, heart pounding. But no one was there, just the wind, and the distant crash of waves. Yet she didn't feel afraid, because she understood now. Liam wasn't gone. He was growing, healing, searching for his own light, and she would do the same. As she stood on that cliff, the sky finally broke open, sunlight piercing through the clouds. A new Thanksgiving light, a new beginning, a new strength. Ava folded the letter, pressed it to her heart, and whispered, "Thank you, Liam, for teaching me what you learned, even from the dark." She turned away from the cliff with steady steps, not broken, not lost, but grateful, and ready to live again. Moral of the story: true strength isn't found when life is easy. It's found when everything falls apart, and you're brave enough to stand back up. Ava discovered that gratitude isn't about what you have. It's about recognizing the light that still exists, even in your darkest moments. And just like her, we're all stronger than we think, especially when we learn to thank the moments that shaped us, not just the ones that comforted us. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because someone out there needs the reminder that Thanksgiving isn't just a holiday. It's a chance to rediscover strength, hope, and gratitude.